What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Talk. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy, joined by Brian DeGennaro, and a very special guest today. We have Randall Thompson, the founder, the creative mastermind behind Dugout Mugs. How are we doing today?
Hey, doing great.
All right, so basically we brought Randall on here today to basically give us a rundown of Dugout Mugs, give us the entire mastermind process behind the whole thing. For many of you who don't know Randall, he is a former league player who came up with this great concept of Dugout Mugs. They basically produce mugs made out of baseball bats. They also have wine glasses, bottle openers. Basically, you name it, they have it when it comes to baseball drinking products. So Randall, basically, you want to start off by telling us about your playing career and how your playing career itself kind of transitioned into Dugout Mugs?
Yeah, I grew up playing the game of baseball, Little League Baseball, from the time I was 4 through high school, through college ball. Played at just a small D2 school in Florida, and I signed with the Blue Jays after my senior year as a right-handed pitcher. And yeah, I just grew up around the game, grew up loving the game, and got an opportunity to play professionally.
Yeah. And you were drafted by the Blue Jays, I believe, right?
Yeah, Toronto Blue Jays.
Gotcha. And you were a pitcher.
I was a pitcher. Yep.
What was your best pitch?
Oh, I was kind of a sinker slider guy, so I would say just first pitch strikes and throwing a sinker and just getting early contact was probably my go-to pitch.
Yeah, yeah. So how did your playing career then transition you from playing baseball into Dugout Mugs?
2011, 2012, I was playing in the Blue Jays organization. They released me in 2012. I went and worked just kind of like just a normal 9 to 5 job that I didn't really enjoy. So I went back to coaching baseball, where I played college baseball, and I was the pitching coach there. And as I was the pitching coach there, the hitting coach was taking baseball bats, wooden baseball bats, and cutting them in half in the dugout, creating his own training tool. And there was a bunch of loose baseball bat barrels sitting around the dugout. And I just examined one, and I had a light bulb moment that you could probably draw out the center of it, and drink from it, and create a mug.
Definitely such a unique concept. I keep saying this because it's so true. It's a unique concept from such a simple idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's something that stares you right in the face. A baseball bat. Like it's the same shape as a mug, right? But no one has ever come up with the concept before.
Right. Yeah. It's one of those things that when people see it, they say, "Man, why didn't I think of that?"
100%. Yeah. Yeah. It's like one of those things when you see like as seen on TV, there's like a sponge in the shape of a smiley face, like the one behind you, and it cleans like forks and spoons. And it's $1 billion idea.
Yeah.
And it's so simple and no one ever thought of it.
Right.
But when did you realize that with the Dugout Mugs that you were working with something special and it wasn't really just some stupid idea that you found like with your hitting coach?
Yeah, it took about a year and a half to get an actual working prototype. When you look at it and you say, "Man, how simple is that?" You're right; it is very simple. But when you're going from a playing field in which you know nothing about woodworking or how to speak manufacturing or whatever it is, it took me a while to get one to actually work, and or to get one that was actually usable. And it took me about a year and a half. And the moment that I remember that I was really onto something was the very first time I ever took a mug out into public was opening day for the Rays in 2016. They were actually, I think they were playing the Yankees, and
Yeah, I think so.
I was just walking around with this mug at a sports bar outside of Tropicana, and so were my fiance and my friends. We kind of split up, and they came when I saw them. They like had this look on their face, and they're like, "You're not going to believe what's going on." And I'm like, "Well, what's going on?" And they're like, "Every step we take, somebody's saying, 'Hey, what is that? Where can I get it? Hey, what is that? Where can I get it?'" and
There
that
were
was
people there at Tropicana?
It's a good one,
opening.
Brian.
Yeah, opening day they tend to turn a crowd, and especially if the Yankees are in town, they turn a crowd. But yeah, if it's any other game at the Trop, no, there's not very many people there. But yeah,
Brian is just taking shot at the Rays for no. What did they ever do to you? Seriously,
It's just
damn. But
annoying. I
no,
don't know.
that's definitely crazy. So going back to your whole brainstorm light bulb moment, many famous entrepreneurs in history had their famous light bulb moment. Many of them had movies made out of their career, their life. If there was ever a movie one day made out of Dugout Mugs and Randall Thompson, who are you picking to play you?
Matthew McConaughey, no doubt.
There you
See
go,
it.
Matthew McConaughey. If you're watching this in the future, you might be playing Randall Thompson.
There you
Do
go.
you have a title for the movie? Would it just be Dugout Mugs?
I don't know. I would have to think about that. I wouldn't want to give a shitty answer. So
Yeah, no, we can't expose any ideas right now.
yeah, so I'll chew on that, and I'll send you an email once
Got
I
you.
get an idea for
Got
for
you.
a flick.
So back to more serious questions here. So you guys work with a lot of teams, a lot of players. Most MLB teams, you have the Dugout Mugs are in the stadiums, except for the Marlins.
Mhm.
Marlins, you really need to get yourself together. First, you don't have Dugout Mugs in your stadium. Second of all, you guys are ravaged by COVID-19. So let's just get yourselves together. I don't want to say it's karma, but it might be. But who's your favorite player that you guys have worked with? Because you recently did a live stream with Mariano Rivera. You have an upcoming one tonight, I believe, with Pudge Rodriguez. So
Right.
is there a player in particular? I'm sure they're all great, but is there one in particular who you had the best experience working with?
Yeah, Joe Musgrove. Um,
Wow.
he he was with the Astros, and now he's with the Pirates. Um, and yeah, Joe's just a great guy all around. And I would say that yeah, couldn't say enough good things about Joe.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So do you have any players that you haven't worked with yet that you want to work with in the future?
Um, I think it'd be really cool to work with Ken Griffey Jr.
That would be
Uh,
sick, yeah.
we went to this pro baseball. It's a Scouts Foundation that they do a gala that helps out all the pro baseball scouts, and we met Ken Griffey Jr. And just in general, I mean, he's a legend, and it would be cool to work with him.
Gotcha.
Sure.
So going off of that, when you met Ken Griffey Jr. at the gala, so you and Chris have a very solid working relationship, I'm assuming, correct?
Yeah, we do.
So for the people watching who might not understand the relationship between you and Chris, do you want to give us one piece of inside info, what it's like working with him that someone would never know?
A
Now,
little,
obviously nothing not too crazy,
yeah,
but
a little snidbit about Chris. Chris can drink some IPAs, that's for sure.
I believe he mentioned that to us
So
as
can
well.
I. Let's get in a room together and try it out.
Whoa, Ron.
I guess you guys already know that, but yeah, if the everyday person wouldn't know that about Chris, is that Chris can definitely put down some IPAs.
There you go. Shout out to Chris.
Good
So
for him.
going back to the future players you want to work with, what do you really have in mind, without giving too much away, obviously, for the future of Dugout Mugs? Now, obviously, you guys have a bunch of solid products. Um, Obviously, you can't give us away any product ideas that you currently have, but what do you have in general in store for the future for the brand?
I don't really know because I think where we're going to start is just getting really really deep and narrow with the Dugout Mug. So getting more and more people to know about our company and knowing about the barrel of a baseball bat drinking mug. I think that's where we're going to start, and then as we get more and more people to know about the product, I think we're going to start to get wide with other products. But for the time being, I would say that in the near future, the next year and a half, we're going to just try to see how deep we can get with people knowing about Dugout Mugs, and then we'll get wider as time progresses.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because right now, as Chris mentioned to us, I believe. You guys are in most major retailers across the United States. Fanatics, most stadiums, like we said, besides the Marlins. Marlins, get on your game here. But yeah, definitely see a great potential for the brand moving forward. Definitely an awesome product. As we mentioned, they do have a live stream tonight with Pudge Rodriguez. More players coming in the future, more products coming in the future. I'm pretty sure that's all we have for you guys today. Definitely awesome time joining us, Randall. Told us a great story about Dugout Mugs. Brian, thanks for joining us as well. Unless you guys have anything else to say, I think that's going to wrap it up for today.
That's it. No, thank you for the time, guys. Really appreciate it.
All right, have a good one, guys.